Behind closed hearts, unlocking the secrets of avoidant love. You know, in the delicate dance of human connection, there are some who crave love deeply yet fear it just as fiercely. These are the individuals who long to be close but flinch when intimacy draws near. Those who smile with warmth one moment and pull away the next. This inner conflict can leave both partners confused, hurt, and yearning for clarity. If you're someone who desires love but finds yourself pulling away when vulnerability arises, it's vital to recognize the difference between two experiences that are often mistaken for one another. Avoidant attachment style and avoidant personality disorder, or AvPD. Though they may echo the same ache of disconnection, their stories, their roots, and the journeys toward healing are uniquely their own. Welcome to Mind Ascend, your portal to higher consciousness. So first, I will start off talking about avoidant attachment style and what it is. Avoidant attachment style is not a disorder but rather a relationship pattern shaped during childhood that puts one's love on guard. It stems from early experiences with caregivers who were emotionally unavailable, inconsistent, dismissive, or even overly intrusive. These children learned, consciously or unconsciously, that vulnerability led to pain or disappointment. The term originates from the work of psychologists John Bowlby and Mary Ainsworth, who were, pioneers in attachment theory. Their research showed how children develop internal models of relationships based on the responsiveness of their caregivers. Someone with avoidant attachment may well struggle with expressing emotions. They might feel overwhelmed by intimacy or emotional needs. Often they withdraw when relationships become, too intense. They tend to prefer independence over interdependence, and honestly, they might experience discomfort with emotional vulnerability, even when love is present. Avoidant attachment is essentially a defense mechanism. It says, if I get too close, I'll get hurt. For many, this protective shell formed in a home where emotions were dismissed, love was conditional, or trust was, sadly, repeatedly broken. Healing avoidant attachment begins with awareness. It involves gently peeling back the layers of fear, learning to feel safe in vulnerability, and slowly allowing intimacy to coexist with independence. Therapeutic support, conscious relationships, and inner child work can be deeply healing. Next, let's talk about avoidant personality disorder, which is abbreviated to AvPD. Avoidant personality disorder is a clinical diagnosis found in the DSM-5, also known as the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. Unlike avoidant attachment, AvPD affects nearly all areas of a person's life, not just romantic relationships. Someone with avoidant personality disorder may avoid social interactions due to a fear of rejection or criticism. They might feel deeply inadequate and unworthy, even when there's no real reason to feel that way. Often they long for connection but believe they don't deserve it, which can be, incredibly painful. They may also experience intense anxiety in social settings and be hypersensitive to any negative feedback. The root of avoidant personality disorder often lies in childhood experiences, though not always. It tends to involve a persistent and chronic fear of judgment. This fear may stem from consistent shaming, bullying, emotional abuse, or perhaps being raised in an environment where one's worth was constantly questioned or diminished. Healing from avoidant personality disorder often requires professional psychological support. Therapies like cognitive behavioral therapy, schema therapy, and trauma-informed practices are frequently used. These approaches help individuals challenge the negative beliefs they hold about themselves and, over time, begin forming safe and meaningful relationships. Bridging the two shared wounds, but different depths. While avoidant attachment style and AvPD both involve a fear of closeness, they operate on different spectrums. One is a relational pattern, the other is a pervasive disorder, yet both are rooted in a desire to protect the self from emotional pain. Avoidant attachment says, I'll love you but from a distance. AvPD says, I want to connect but I'm too afraid I'll be rejected. And beneath both is often the same silent cry, please don't hurt me. Whether it's avoidant attachment or avoidant personality disorder, at the heart of both lies the same aching truth. Disconnection hurts. This disconnection may be internal, cutting oneself off from vulnerability, pushing down emotional needs, fearing exposure. Or it may be external, pulling away from the very people who offer love, creating emotional distance where there could be intimacy. For those with avoidant attachment, the pain often shows up in romantic relationships. There is love, but there's also a wall, a pulling back when things get too real, an invisible guard that says don't get too close. This hurts not only the partner who is left longing, but also the avoidant individual who deeply craves connection, yet feels unsafe in it. For those living with avoidant personality disorder, the pain runs deeper and more constant. It's not just disconnection in love, it's disconnection from life. From friendships, opportunities, community, the inner voice says, you're not good enough, you'll just be rejected, don't even try. And that isolation can feel like a slow, aching ache in the soul. But here's the beautiful truth. Disconnection is not a permanent state. Healing is possible. Reconnection is possible. Whether it's through therapy, self-awareness, spiritual practice, or safe relationships, those who have spent their lives hiding can learn to slowly step back into the light of connection. If you recognize yourself in either of these descriptions, know this: you are not broken. You are beautifully human, navigating life with the tools you were given, but you no longer need to protect yourself from love. You can learn to trust again, first in yourself, then in others. Start small. Speak kindly to yourself. Let someone in, just a little. The walls you built to protect you in childhood may now be the very thing that's keeping love out. You don't have to tear them down all at once. Just open a window. Let light in. Healing is not about becoming someone new. It's about returning to who you truly are beneath the fear, lovable, worthy, and whole. Here are some other tips to help in the healing process. Take a few quiet moments and journal on the following. What fear am I carrying that may not be mine? Was it passed down from your family, picked up from a past partner, or absorbed through someone else's pain? Allow yourself to gently release what no longer belongs in your heart. Affirmation: I'm not defined by the wounds of others. I am safe to love and be loved. I choose connection over fear. I choose healing over silence. Ritual: reclaiming the heart. You'll need a white candle for clarity and renewal, a small bowl of water symbolizing emotional cleansing, and a piece of paper and pen. Steps: first, in a quiet space, light your candle. Take a few deep, grounding breaths. Second, write down one belief, memory, or emotion tied to betrayal or abandonment that you're ready to release. Next, hold the paper over the bowl and say, I release this pain, I return it to source, I reclaim my power and my heart. Then, tear the paper into small pieces and place it in the water. Visualize it dissolving from your spirit. Finally, sit in stillness for a moment. Let the warmth of the candle remind you of your light. When you're ready, blow out the flame with gratitude for your courage, your heart, and your healing. If you found value in this video, please like, share, and subscribe to Mind Ascend. And remember, awaken, align, and keep your frequency high and your mind ascended. Thank you for watching.